I turned 30 last year and realized that I can't keep neglecting my health. And a large part of my overall health is my sleep. So early this year, I bought a Kindle so that I would stop scrolling before bed every night, and I started looking at something called the Oura Ring, but I was shocked at the price. Thankfully, a couple months later, Ultrahuman reached out and asked if I wanted to try this. This is the Ultrahuman Ring Air. It is an alternative to the Oura Ring without the super high price tag or the monthly subscription. So I've been using it for a month. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on that today, the pros and cons, and whether you should consider it if you're looking into an Oura Ring. Okay, first things first, we have to talk about the price. This was the biggest deterrent for me from purchasing the Oura Ring. I was truly shocked. So there's like two versions of the Oura Ring. The most affordable version of that is $299 for the silver finish, but if I wanted the gold finish, like everybody has, that is $449, so $450. I was like, whew. That is expensive. They also make another style called the Horizon. This one has the same circular finish all the way around. Horizon starts at $349, but for the gold finish, it is $499. And then they have one more, which is the rose gold for $549. Plus, you have to remember that Oura Ring has a subscription as well. Plus, if you're using it for women's health stuff, then you also have to pay a subscription to the Natural Cycles app. So all of this just builds up really, really quickly, and personally, I hate monthly subscriptions, so I knew as soon as I saw those prices and that it's combined with a monthly subscription, it was not for me. Ultrahuman is completely different though. There is no monthly subscription, and all of the finishes are the exact same price. Whether you're getting gold, raw titanium, silver, all of these are $349. At $349, this is the base price of the more expensive Oura Ring, but there is no monthly subscription, and I love that. When you order the ring from the Ultrahuman website, you have the option to get this ring sizing kit, and you should definitely get this. This is shipped to you before the ring so you can find your perfect size. The kit comes with sizes 5 to 14 and includes instructions for finding your perfect fit. Your hands can swell and contract throughout the day, so they recommend wearing it overnight to find your correct size. Then all you have to do is submit your size through the Ultrahuman app, and they ship you your ring. I'm not able to purchase rings regularly because I can't find any that fit me. The only time I've ever bought a ring was for my high school class ring, and it was a size 3.5. But luckily size 5 was perfect on my pointer finger. I found that the actual ring is a little bit smaller than the sizing kit. I've found that I can use the actual ring comfortably on my pointer and middle finger. I live in a hot climate and my hands tend to swell at night, so I usually shift it to my middle finger while sleeping or exercising outside, and the rest of the time keep it on my pointer finger. This is the box that the Ring Air comes in. When you first open it, you have your ring. Then below that is a little bit of information, as well as the charging dock and a USB-C cable that you can use to plug into the charging dock. I was actually surprised at how light the ring is. I guess I was expecting it to feel kind of heavy. It's not heavy at all. Even as someone who doesn't wear rings very often, I don't really notice this when it's on my hand. Now, one of the only drawbacks is that the docks are sized for each ring. So I have a ring, and then my partner has one as well. Since he's a size 11, I obviously can't use his charging dock with my size 5 ring. I haven't tested it yet to see if his ring will charge on mine, but that's just something to keep in mind. Ultrahuman says that the battery will last for up to 6 days. However, they don't recommend charging it to full every single time. In order for the battery to last a long amount of time, they recommend charging it in small increments, never going over 80% on the battery, but also never falling under, I think, 20 or 30%. So it's hard to say that, you know, I can charge this and go on a trip without the charging station, when in reality, you need to give it little bits of juice. I would say every other day or every 3 days. For me, this is not too bad. I keep the charging dock on my desk, so I'll just put it on there for maybe like an hour at a time. Let's take a look at what you can find within the app. The top is my cycle information. This gives me a brief overview of the phase and day I'm in and how that may affect me. Unlike the other sections, you can't click on this for more information, but I hope that this is expanded in the future. Below that, you'll find scores for your movement, stress, readiness, and sleep. I love that you can click into each of these sections for more information. This is really helpful to see what factors are being used to generate your score, as well as trends over time. The ones that I use the most are stress and sleep. When you open the stress score, you see a graph with your score over time and your timeline for the day.
I really enjoy this graph below that. This is synced to your circadian rhythm, and you can see that represented in these bars below. This dotted line shows how you should adjust your stress throughout the day for optimal sleep at night. Now let's dig into the sleep score. When you open this, you get a quick look at a few metrics such as total sleep and time in bed. But I find the area below this to be the most useful. This shows you all the factors that affect your sleep score. For example, you can see that my heart rate drop needs attention. If I click on this, it shows me trends and gives me more information for how to improve this score under each photo. Going further down, I love seeing the different stages during the night, from deep sleep to light sleep and REM. It also shows you how often you toss and turn. And just in this past month, they added a new thing called morning alertness, and I found this to be very accurate. Caffeine obviously affects how well you sleep at night, so the app has an interesting section called Caffeine Permissible Window. This shows you when you should start and stop drinking caffeine every day, and how long different things will last in your system. Below that are individual markers such as your heart rate, VO2 max, and temperature deviation. What I find interesting is a lot of people on Reddit mentioned that the temperature deviation showed them that they would be sick a day or so before they actually started feeling the symptoms. Finally, you have your SMART goals at the bottom. I don't use this too much, but if you're someone who likes to quote unquote close your rings or, work towards goals every day, you'll really enjoy this. Each one is customizable and you can add or remove goals as you see fit. Something that I haven't explored much within the app is this Discover tab. This includes guided workouts, meditations, and breathing exercises. One last thing to note, the Ultrahuman app allows you to share information with other apps as well, including Clue, Garmin, Fitbit, Apple Health, and more.
What I found interesting as well is when you open up your stress rhythm score, Ultrahuman is able to automatically detect your activity. So this was Saturday, I went for a walk that morning, and Ultrahuman detected that here. I can see, okay, these are when it detected activity. If this doesn't show up, I can also press this plus button and log activity on my own, as well as start a workout. I would say if you're someone who is really focused on tracking your activity levels rather than just your general health, Ultrahuman is probably not going to do that perfectly for you, but you can integrate it with other apps that do. So for example, my partner has a Garmin watch that he uses to track his activity, and he's able to automatically send that information to his Ultrahuman app via the app integration. So for him, he really likes the Ultrahuman Ring because he's able to better track his sleep at night, but he does take it off when he is actively exercising. I think this is a perfect kind of like health overall wellness tracker, but maybe would not be a good fit for you if you want a lot of information when you're tracking activities. And that also kind of brings me to something that I've seen when digging through Reddit or reviews of it, is that when it comes to activity, the ring is not perfectly accurate. And I've read this is the same with a lot of rings. I think it's just the nature of the beast. So a few weeks ago, I went on vacation and we did a ton of walking one day. And so my partner's Garmin said that we walked, I think.
What are we at? 21 steps today.
But my ring only said we walked 17,000. So there is a discrepancy there. It is not perfectly accurate, but for me, I just kind of like keep this in mind. And I adjusted my goal to be a little lower, let's say 5,500 steps versus 7,000, just knowing that it's not going to perfectly track every single one. One thing I will say that I've been really impressed with is how responsive the Ultrahuman team is. So like I said, I'm in the Reddit community. I'm looking around, seeing people's complaints, things they don't like, so that I can also form an accurate opinion for this video. And I'll say that the Ultrahuman team responds to, I think, every single post. I also had a little bit of difficulty when I was trying to link the Ultrahuman app to my Clue app. So something that Ultrahuman is really focused on right now is adding more women's health features, which I'm super excited about. And I'm super happy that they're able to integrate with Clue, because I've been using Clue for over 5 years to track my monthly period. However, when I tried to access the integration via the Ultrahuman app, I wasn't able to log in. So thankfully, customer service helped me out, and it was something very simple. But I have been really happy with how responsive the team is, because I think that makes a huge difference if you ever have any problems. Definitely gives me peace of mind knowing that if something goes wrong, the team is not gonna like ghost me or make me jump through a million hoops. I really, really appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit more about those women's health features. Like I said, I use Clue. And so as far as I can tell right now, Clue just sends information to the Ultrahuman app. So the app is able to tell what phase of my cycle I'm in. However, as far as I can see, the app is not sending body temperature information or anything else to the Clue app. This is something I would really like to see improvement on in the future. I'd just love to have my body temperature be able to better predict when my next period will be. Also, I think this would be very helpful if you're someone who's trying to get pregnant or not get pregnant, is being able to integrate that temperature information into your cycle tracker so that you have more knowledge about your cycle. So I think you guys can tell by now that I really, really like this ring. I love this thing. This has given me a better representation of my sleep every night. And when I know I've fallen off base, I know what I need to improve. And just having that knowledge has been so incredibly helpful. One of my goals this year was to sleep 8 hours every night, and now I feel like I have the information that I need in order to be able to do that. If you want to snag one for yourself, you can get one from the Ultrahuman website, or it is also on Amazon as well as the sizing kit. So I believe I have some kind of discount code. If so, I'll put it in a pinned comment. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments as well, whether that's about the ring or the app. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.